Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I've got my notes here. Max, I had the privilege of hearing this speech the first time you gave it. So this is your attempt to revisit, and thank you for being so coachable, because the thing I noticed the most is you listened to the evaluation. You were very intentional about what you chose to correct. You wanted to deliver this with more emotion, and you did exactly that from the very first time that you gave this. And so I commend you for that. Your opening of this speech immediately captivates us. I loved the pacing, the effective pausing, the bring me in. Picture this, how you did that, and you did that very well. I noticed the vocal variety. Good job, because that's something that was spoken to you. I definitely noticed the hand motions and the gestures, the movement versus you staying in one space. And so good job just leaning into what you were intentionally doing. I love the stories. I love the multiple examples. They're relatable. When you tell multiple stories, different people have the opportunity to attach themselves to what it is that you're talking about, regardless of what that is. I love they were waiting on a man who wasn't busy, a man that was available. I love just how authentic this speech is and how vulnerable you are in telling these stories. And I love that. I was inspired. I know the audience was too. I was watching for your ability to pull people into the story. And you do that very well. So I commend you on that. Some opportunities for growth. I went back to your description. I think it's important that anytime someone gives a preface to what our speech is going to be, that we are very focused on making sure that that's what the takeaway for that speech is. And so in your intro, you said you have a different approach or a different take on why people are stuck. Make sure I hear that. Make sure I hear the different approach and that I understand what that approach actually is. The transitions between stories, maybe consider one less story or tying them in and taking me there. When you have an impactful title like Unbreakable, maybe after each story say, it could have broken, it almost broke. If change is the thing you're talking about, saying, I had an opportunity for change at the end of each story, and then tell the next one and tell me, string me along as I'm going throughout the story so that I can follow the intent for what it is that you were given. And then the only thing I would say is more time for action steps. You lean into this thing to tell me, I'm going to give you something about change. Make sure you create space to do that. Great job. Appreciate it.